Billionaire philanthropist Bill Gates has unveiled a groundbreaking philanthropic plan that will see the donation of more than $200 billion over the next 2 decades, culminating in the closure of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation by the year 2045. The foundation, which has been one of the world's largest and most influential private charitable organizations since its inception in 2000, has already distributed $100 billion to address global challenges such as infectious diseases, poverty, and educational inequality. Under the new plan, the foundation will accelerate its giving, aiming to match and exceed its previous 2 decades of impact within a shorter time frame. Gates explained that transitioning from a perpetual foundation to a spend-down model would allow for more strategic and impactful use of resources, particularly in the urgent areas of vaccine development, maternal and child health, and economic empowerment for the world's poorest communities. The timing of this announcement has drawn considerable attention, especially in light of Gates' public criticism of Elon Musk, the current wealthiest man on the planet and head of the U.S. Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE. In a strongly worded statement to the Financial Times, Gates accused Musk of significantly damaging global humanitarian efforts by shutting down the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID. This agency had historically played a critical role in distributing aid across developing nations and had a budget of $44 billion just the previous year. Gates emphasized that the abrupt termination of USAID operations has already caused real harm, disrupting life-saving aid, causing medicine and food to spoil, and forcing the closure of essential programs in impoverished regions. He cited the example of a hospital in Mozambique that lost funding due to Musk's misguided belief that U.S. aid was being sent to terrorist organizations like Hamas. The picture of the world's richest man killing the world's poorest children is not a pretty one, Gates remarked, highlighting the gravity of the consequences. Melinda French Gates, co-founder and former co-chair of the Gates Foundation, expressed strong support for the decision to spend down the foundation's assets. Though she formally departed the foundation last year to dedicate her energy to her own venture, Pivotal Ventures, Melinda emphasized in an interview with Fortune that this move aligns with the couple's long-standing vision. She described the decision as fantastic, adding that the foundation's mission had always been to return the vast majority of its wealth to the public for the greater good. While noting that the timeline was ultimately Bill's to decide with the board of trustees, she reaffirmed her belief that billionaires bear a profound responsibility to give back, especially when their wealth was largely made possible by the social and economic systems of the United States. If you're a billionaire in the United States, you benefited from this country, so yes, we owe something back to society, she said. In his broader worldview, Gates continues to be a vocal advocate for progressive wealth redistribution. He has long held the view that extreme wealth should not be hoarded, and he intends to leave less than 1% of his fortune to his children. Instead, he supports higher taxation of the ultra-wealthy and sees large-scale philanthropy as both a moral and practical obligation. Gates also offered a pointed critique of Elon Musk's priorities, particularly Musk's focus on colonizing Mars. While acknowledging Musk's visionary approach to space exploration, Gates questioned the ethics and practicality of investing heavily in interplanetary ambitions while urgent, solvable problems persist here on Earth. He's overboard on Mars, Gates said, suggesting that Musk's time, energy, and resources would be better spent addressing critical humanitarian challenges on his home planet. Looking forward, the Gates Foundation's final 2 decades will be focused on scaling up its most impactful initiatives, particularly in areas where lives can be saved or dramatically improved with relatively small investments. By ending the foundation's operations in 2045, the organization hopes to create a sense of urgency that will drive innovation and bold decision-making, unencumbered by the need to preserve capital for future generations. This shift marks one of the most significant transitions in modern philanthropy and could serve as a model for other wealthy individuals and foundations reconsidering how and when to deploy their resources for maximum social benefit. Whether or not other billionaires will follow suit remains to be seen, but the Gates Foundation's planned sunset could redefine what legacy means in the world of high-impact giving.